What's going on, wrestling family? Welcome back to the channel. So I want to talk to you guys about our current women's US champion, Zelina Vega. So I don't know if you guys feel the same way that I do, but I feel like WWE has done a huge disservice in fumbling her US women's championship run. I really feel like they do. Now, I want to make this 100% clear. I'm not a uber Zelina Vega fan. I'm not like crazy out there where I have a stan account on Twitter for her. I don't have her as my wallpaper on my computer and my phone. Her theme song isn't my ringtone on my phone. It's not that serious for me. I don't even own a Zelina Vega t-shirt. But I will say this. I am a 100% supporter of her whenever she gets to accomplish anything. Like when she was at Backlash Puerto Rico, even though she lost that match against Rhea Ripley, just seeing how important it was for her to wrestle in front of her people was so dope to see to me. I was so happy for her in that moment. The same could be said when she won the Women's United States Championship. You know, I was happy for her then. You can tell how much that meant to her. And I love seeing, just, even in wrestling and in life, a person that a lot of people doubted and felt like they didn't have a lot to offer, for them to actually go out there and actually accomplish something despite of all the noise out there. I'm a huge supporter of that. I love seeing that. But in saying all of that, I just feel like WWE just fumbled this whole thing, man. And it's really messed up for her because I feel like they didn't really give her a fair shake. Now, to make this clear, I'm not saying that she would have been the greatest women's United States champion of all time. I'm not saying that. But I'm not saying that she wouldn't have been. But either way, I feel like the way that they booked her, we probably would never know. Even we wouldn't even know if she even had a good chance of absolutely being that. And she's only the second champion at this point in time. So she had a 50% chance of being the best women's US champion to hold the title so far. And even in that situation, I don't feel like we can say that about her because of WWE. And even Chelsea Green's title reign with that wasn't that great at all. But that's a whole different conversation for a different day. But when it comes to Zelina Vega, let's just talk about the first thing I have a problem with, okay? And this is the main thing that I think everybody has noticed. It is her theme song. Her theme, bro, what are we doing? What in the Def Rebel? Why are they still touching audio equipment in the back, right? Because you can tell this is a Def Rebel concoction. Her theme song literally sounds like the same theme as, it sounds like a reference track to the SmackDown theme song we got right now. That's what it sounds like. The beat, the flow of the rapper, everything sounds exactly like the SmackDown theme. Like, to me, and this is no disrespect to whoever the lady is that rapped on Zelina Vega's theme song, but it just sounds like we got Megan Thee Stallion at home. And I'm talking about from the standpoint of the flow, the way that she's rapping on it. It literally sounds the exact same. And she got that theme song, what, 3 months ago? The SmackDown theme has been that for a while now. So why couldn't they have just given her something different? It's crazy. And you can tell it's Def Rebel because in the beginning it says Zelina Vega, the visionary, or the vision, I'm sorry. So Def Rebel loves to have their theme song have somebody talk in the beginning and then go into a theme song. And the crazier part about this is that there's nobody else in the WWE universe who is a champion that does not have their own original theme song. There isn't. Anybody on the main roster? There isn't. We can even go down to NXT. There isn't. We can even go as far as Evolve. There isn't. Everybody pretty much has their own theme song that's unique to who they are. So why couldn't they switch it up when she became champion? At least, you know, if people don't care so much about her in-ring ability or her mic skills, that, you know, that's neither here nor there. I feel like the strongest part of her as a wrestler is her presentation. Right? When it comes to the attire she comes out with, me as being an anime and comic book and video game fan, I appreciate those things. I appreciate those references to those things that I like. So people who are in those communities, I'm sure they appreciate when she does those things. So why not enhance that part of her, that presentation part of her, and make a unique theme song to who she is? So we know that that's Zelina's theme at the end of the day. Like, why not do that? Also, on top of that, just the feud with the Secret Herst, just having her run through them over and over and over, it felt like they didn't even try. They didn't even try to figure something out. They didn't even take a risk. They didn't even do anything. In my personal opinion, I feel like that they did the same thing with Chelsea Green more so, but at least she had a faction. But with Zelina Vega, I don't feel like they really had any plans for her. I know people would like to chalk it up to the fact that Aleister Black came back. And, you know, obviously it's a coincidence that when he came back, she won the title, right? So it seems like they did that to her because her husband is there. But I have no evidence to support that. But the timing is pretty weird at the same time, right? But at the end of the day, they didn't really give her a chance. They really didn't give her an opportunity. And now she has this match this week on Friday Night SmackDown, against Julia for that US title. Now, for all the Zelina Vega fans that's watching right now, I hate to say this, but there's nothing right now that suggests that she will and should retain that title at this point in time. The way that she's been booked, like Julia, I've been watching Julia since Stardom. She is a huge star. She is fantastic in the ring, right? Fans already like her. She is a heel, and I'm sure WWE wants to build her up the same that they probably want to do with Stephanie Vacker in the next up and coming months, right? So I think it's a guarantee that Julia is going to win that title on Friday. Now, the only way that I could think that they can make this extend out to SummerSlam and have Zelina lose it there is if someone comes in and costs Julia this match. And she's not even really in a feud with anybody. The last match she had was on Main Event against BFAB, and she won that match clean. So I don't know if they're going to have Mia Yim come in and do that and extend it out to SummerSlam, but I personally can't really see them doing that at this point in time. You know, I think BFAB and Mia Yim are pretty much focused on the tag division at this point in time, especially when they had that backstage segment with Jade Cargill talking about the tag titles. So, you know, it's very unfortunate for her. Hopefully in the future they can figure something out for her and have her do something interesting. At least try to change her theme song at least first. Like, do something like that. I would think that would be great, because at this point in time, I really don't feel like she got to be her own. She was in the LWO. She now has a theme song of SmackDown. At least give her something to break off on her own. At least I feel the same way about her as I kind of feel about Ludwig Kaiser, except that, you know, obviously with Ludwig, no title is involved at this point in time. But that's just my rant. I mean, I'm happy for Julia by her being the U.S. champion. I think she will be a great one. I feel like WWE will take her a lot more serious than they would Zelina Vega. But it is kind of messed up that Zelina Vega didn't really get a fair shake. But I get that that's part of the business. But I wish they would have done more for her, because I don't know when the next time they'll be able to circle back around to her being champion. But do you guys care? Do you like Zelina Vega? Do you not care so much about it? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Salute. Peace. Have a good day.